Here we go. Okay. It's that time of the year when OBS decides my microphone doesn't exist, but here we go. That's not too bad. Alright everybody, welcome, hello, welcome to another Saturday version of Umamusume. It's your boy, Shino the Penis, Shino the Penguin. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I have not left my house today, and I think that's pretty good for me, so we'll just get into some Umamusume standard stuff. I think the CM is about to start in like a week or so we still have some time. And I do have 2 viable candidates, but I would definitely love to improve on them. And I still need to work on my Inus, so that's definitely one. And I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to also make a backup in case my Inus actually just is a detriment to my team, which low-key could be considering how terrible front runners are nowadays in the JP meta. So I might have to make a special week backup. So we'll see how we get there, but I think the focus today is going to be Inus because I've already completed Aruvu and I've already completed Still in Love. So I think we'll start with Inus. We'll see how far we can get with that. If we maybe shift into special week with level 7 over here, and we'll see how it goes. But that's pretty much the plan for today. Pretty chill, nothing too crazy. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. Alright, least favorite character here. Let's go. Okay. I was just about to speak her words. Okay, I think, yeah, this should be right. Yeah, I haven't done any runs that are the contrary, so yeah, it should be good. Okay, let's do it. Let's just dive right into it. No fluff, no nothing. We diving right into this shit. Okay. So, let's see. Wait, I just realized something. Did I have this Uma thing the whole time when I was streaming Omori yesterday? Because that would have been very confusing. Wait, hold on. Was I actually? No freaking way. Am I that stupid? I just realized that today. Hold on. Let me pull up the VOD real quicko. Did I actually? Oh no, it's fine. No shit, of course I didn't. Okay, it's fine. Because this is my screen for... My explanation is that this is my screen for when I'm playing games on my phone. So it's fine because I was playing a game on my desktop, my computer is what they call it, so... Okay, we're fine. Jeez, I was worried for nothing. Alright. Good there. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a little bit since I've done a run in the JP side. I know the event in EN just started, so I've been kind of focusing on that a little bit, to be honest, just because I've trying to at least get the event points, and I realized that I haven't done a run low-key in EN side in actually weeks. I think that's actually not even an exaggeration. So yeah, and I kind of missed... I don't know if I missed anything per se, but I know I definitely... We're at the tail end of what, the Fuji Showtime event or whatever, and I know that at least has some rewards, so maybe I should have done stuff in hindsight. But I still have like a day to grind out as much as I can from that, which low-key is probably not going to be anything, but I'll try my best with that, I guess, and we'll see how far we can go. But the main goal is just to complete the event. And by completing the event, I really just mean like getting the whatchamacallits, you know? All the rewards, like the 1,000,000 points and whatever, so that's my biggest thing right now. Which, given that I've started early this time, and given that it's not during a major convention, like last time, the only reason why I didn't complete last time is because Fanime was a thing, and so I was way too busy with that I didn't even do a single run during that weekend, and so I was just very behind. So I think with the fact that it's going to be like 9 days until the event ends, I think we'll have plenty of time if I at least do like 1 or 2 runs a day. I think that should be quite enough. So not too worried there as long as I can catch up with that. But other than that, yeah, on the JP side, I haven't really done too much. I don't really have an excuse for it, to be honest. I've just been kind of lazy more than anything. that's really what it is, right? Because it's not like, oh shit, it's almost the dreams. Yeah, because it hasn't really been, I haven't really been like busy per se, like work's finally calmed down, thank God for that. But yeah, other than that, it's just been like there really hasn't, and then my life has also just been kind of pretty casual for the most part. Oh wow, the date event. If only this showed up a turn earlier. Actually, it wouldn't really matter in the first place. The biggest thing right now is I've actually slowly been looking at new places because I was just curious. Like, my place right now is great. I've talked about this before, but the rent is goddamn expensive for what it is. So I'm thinking of moving just for the savings costs. And I've been looking at apartments, and I'm like, my god, yeah, it kind of confirmed that I'm paying not way too much, but I'm paying a lot for this apartment. Where I can find more cheaper places in, I guess, like, less quote-unquote luxury apartment complexes, but this isn't really a luxury. They just build like that so they can gouge people out with the prices. But yeah, I've been slowly looking, not too seriously because most of the stuff is stuff that's available now, so it's not really applicable for my situation, but I'm guessing in probably like a month or two I'll have to look more seriously, and you know, if something pops up. And this also comes with the whole thing of, you know, with if my rent does get increased, which I don't know if that's gonna happen, but based on how expensive I've seen the apartments here that have been listed for rent, it seems like they're probably going to raise the price because, my god, I think it's even more expensive than what I was looking at before. And even back then I was just like, man, and I say back then, that wasn't even like long ago, that was literally just last year. So it's crazy how everything's just gotten more expensive nowadays, and I keep harping on that thing, but it's true because, you know, life is pain, Dio. Speaking of which, it's very unrelated, but I'll have to remind myself later. Need to buy that plushie. Anyway, so that's been my biggest thing. Mainly, today I thought about doing stuff, but also between the fact that I went to the viewing party on Thursday, which, by the way, my throat is definitely feeling, you can probably tell it's still a little bit iffy, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I can actually speak for an extended period without having to clear my throat, so that's a good start. So, and I realized it's funny because next week, the next match is also on a Thursday, and so I think the first few Omori playthroughs I'm going to be going through for, like, well, yeah, at least for next week, it's also going to be kind of scuffed in terms of my voice, unless my voice can somehow learn to recover from me screaming my lungs out in an earlier time frame, which I hope so, but I don't think that's how that works. So for now, I'm just gonna be like, well, you know, let's just let's hope for the best. But yeah, I'm expecting next Friday's stream is also gonna be a bit more like me just struggling to speak, which does lead me to question whether or maybe I should push that back to another day. But also, it's tradition, and by tradition, I say tradition very loosely because well, how long has it been since I've started this long series stuff? It has been a couple of months now that I do think about it, so I guess you can consider that a tradition, you know? A very loose definition of tradition. But other than that, it's, yeah, so, I mean, the whole thing with that happening is just like, wow, that was my social outing for the week, so I don't feel as obligated to go out and do stuff. But I'm still going to try and see what's up tomorrow. There was one event that I saw that looked really interesting. Well, obviously, I think the biggest thing right now that's been happening throughout the country, if not, well, the city, but definitely, but like the country, specific cities, I say, because, you know, Los Angeles is hosting some matches in the World Cup, especially like the one that the US played Friday, so that's all fun and stuff. But other than that, really, oh, I need to do my dreams, fucker. It's just like I haven't done a single date event yet. Other than that, it's just I think that's the biggest thing right now. The two biggest kind of events per se, but like commonality stuff I've been noticing is World Cup and Pride Month stuff. So like Pride Parade and all that stuff, Pride events, which does sound pretty interesting, you know. But here's the thing: I am of the if you don't know, I am bisexual, so you know I am a part of that. But the thing that always kind of makes me a little bit averse to those kinds of events is the fact that I just don't look the part, which I know is very, I don't know how to put it. It's just, I know it's kind of maybe defeatist of me to say, but it is kind of feel like that sometimes when I'm at that sort of, not at that sort of events, because I haven't really been to many in the first place, but in my limited experience of being in those events, it just always feels like I'm kind of out of place, because it's like, oh, look at this random Asian guy who looks like he's just a like normal, just like, yeah, you know, it's just like randomly, because there was an event that I was looking at that a few of my friends were talking about, which I'm not going to say the name because the name is admittedly kind of questionable, but it does seem like pretty fun. But I was looking at the pictures of it, and I'm like, my God, I don't see a single person of my, I guess, appearance or like anything. It's just, well, first of all, it was all just like, I don't think it was necessarily meant for my not my population, but like, I think it was mostly for like more sapphic, queer, those kinds of groups. So like, it wasn't really my thing. So that was one part, but the other part of that was also just like, it was just like nobody looked like, it just reminded me of when I was at the Fanime, what was it, that fashion, well, not the meet, but well, I guess the meet, yeah, the fashion area, and I was just like the only guy. I was like only one of like 3 guys out of like the 100 or so people that were there, and I'm just like, oh yes, this is, I feel like I belong here, not so, which is, you know, honestly, I'm not saying that's bad, because, you know, I know plenty of individuals who also experience that kind of thing, in a much more bigger basis. So, you know, in that sense, I'm not going to complain about that experience when that's the commonality for some people, which is very unfortunate. But when it comes down to it, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, it might be fun. I feel like maybe some of the more generic events might be interesting, but like, kind of, I guess, I don't know, the more specialized stuff maybe is not really my jam. So, as much as those maybe sound interesting one day, it's also just like, yeah, I'll pass for now. It's like, this may be kind of, I don't know if it's a controversial per se, but I never really, even after I came out, like, I never really thought of, like, my, sorry, first throat clearing today, I never really thought about, like, kind of that, like, the sexual like, I guess, like, sexual orientation as something that, like, defined me per se. It's always just been kind of something like, oh yeah, you know, that's just the thing, but I never really, like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, obviously, like, yes, you want to, it's a conflicting thing where you're like, yes, you want to be able to, you know, proudly be able to say that, and you know, that's why some people, I think, kind of make it a big deal, because then it's like, okay, you want to be able to live just like a normal, like, just like, you know, every cisgender person, whatever, cisgender, normal, heterosexual, whatever, you know, it's just like, oh yeah, it's just like they're living their lives. And unfortunately, in the current state of our country, and like a lot of countries, that is not the case. You know, you cannot live normally. So, but in the same time, it's also just like, you know, it's just been a thing about me. It's just like an aspect of my personality, right? It's just, or not personality. It's just an aspect of my being. It's like me being, you know, like the race I am, or like the like kind of different aspects, like my height, my weight, that kind of. That's the way I've always saw it. So like, I never really thought of it as like kind of special over some other parts of my personality. So I've never really kind of accentuated. I don't know if that's the right word, but like I never really kind of made it a point of emphasis whenever I've done any, like, you know, like streams or introductions or anything. Like, in fact, if anything, I don't think anybody at work really knows. Like, I have a sticker on my water bottle of like Sonic being like, whoa, he's bisexual, that's cool, I didn't know that. And like, I think one time, like, one of my coworkers alluded to it, but like, other than that, nobody's really noticed. And I don't think anybody actually really knows that about me, which is totally fine. It's like, you know, you don't really need to know about that. It's whatever. But that's the thing, right? It's just like, it's not like, you know, like, oh, you need to know this about me. It's just like a part of my person that, it's just like one of many facets. And it's not the sole thing that defines me. Well, that's the first time I've lost that in a while. Anyway, blah 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 blah. So TLDR, it's a complicated topic. Why am I not winning this? What the heck? What is going on? Okay, there we go. Jeez, I was having trouble on the EN side. I think it's also because of the Fuji Showtime event, so that might have been played a part into why I was not winning a lot of races, or like I was getting a lot of like pretty bad finishes in races and stuff. But man, okay, that does not bode well for my future. Ooh, that does bode well for my future. Well, now if I have to do that. Okay, I do need to catch up on. Okay, so that's good. It's like if the difference in SP is not that bad, I might as well go for the stamina, because my stamina is not looking good at all. So let's do it again if it's good. Because so far, at least the speed side is good. Yeah, the speed is absolutely... Oh, see, now there we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, this is when you definitely need to do double speed, because, yeah, that is absolutely a huge difference in SP. But sometimes it's not like that, and I still don't really know why that is. I could, you know, look it up and see, but again, I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna chalk it up to be like, it's something. So yeah. Yep. So that's been my week, my life, I guess. Nothing really too crazy. It's kind of crazy that I've been seeing a lot of posts about like Anime Expo, even though that's not coming up for another few weeks. But it is quickly approaching, so I've noticed a lot of things about like I like autographs have already closed, which is kind of crazy for some guests. Which is fine. Like I wasn't really too distraught about it, like missing out on that, because I've never really been a huge autograph person. I mean, I have a few autographs right here on my desk from when I went to ASEN that one year, from like the Bochi director and like one of the more famous character designers from Monogatari, Akio Watanabe. But other than that, and I also have like this photo. Where is that? Yeah, right here. The photo card is Sally Amaki from the first year I went there. But I don't like really actively go out of my way to be like, oh, I gotta get this autograph. Like if it happens to be like a thing, you know, if it's not too out of my way, and like if the process is decently okay enough, and I'll just be like, okay, sure. And like I know the person and they seem like they'd be pretty cool to get an autograph from, then I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I think the sole exception to that is ProZD, when he, because I follow him on the socials, and he was talking about how he was at a mall. Obviously, he lives in this area, but he was at a mall kind of far-ish from me, but still relatively driving distance. And he said he was doing a signing, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm free right now. And so I literally drove. I think it took me like round trip 2 hours because of the traffic. But I drove to that mall. Apparently there was like an anime thing going on, whatever, at that mall, so you know it was also kind of nice just to walk around for, and like there's like a little artist alley and stuff. But no, I got to meet ProZD, got to take the selfie, got the autograph right there. So that's probably the only there's like a few exceptions of ones where I would go out of my way to, you know, like lift heaven and hell and whatever just to get the autograph. And he's definitely one of them, but other than that, if I have to think, like, here's the thing, like, even sports players, like players from my favorite teams and stuff, I don't think I really want to go. So I guess that really speaks to how much I appreciate ProZD more than anything, because like even players from like, you know, like the Packers, the Brewers, whatever, it's just like, you know, if I really think about it, do I really want their signature? Like would I go out of my way? Would I wait like maybe hour plus in line just to get like their signature or whatever? Not really. So, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like I never really like I guess it's cool to have like as like kind of a thing on the wall, but like at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, well, it's just, you know, in like this, like, and I guess it depends on what you get signed, but it's just like, you know, you have like this piece of merch with somebody's writing on it. It's like, great, okay. I mean, I guess that makes it cool, but also it's just like not really I don't know, in my mind it doesn't really make it that much special. So I've never really been the biggest of that. And again, like, I think there are exceptions, you know, ProZD being one of them. But it does take a really big sort of exception to or like a really big case to make an exception for that. Sorry, I'm stalling. I'm just thinking right now. I don't really like this, but I guess we'll go with this one. Okay. Also, I forgot to check the inheritances. Did I get S distance? I don't think I did. Did I? I did not. Okay. Wonderful. I love that for me. Speed is looking good. Everything else is kind of iffy, low-key, and oh man, I don't like that. I'm gonna actually do data event and hope I can stall this for as long as I can. But okay, got your cores. But yeah, the event in this game is about to end, I think, tomorrow, so they're gonna announce the new Uma, I think, and if I'm correct, I think they're gonna announce the new Uma in an hour and a half, so I'm excited to see who it's gonna be. Still holding out hope that it's gonna be like Bukidor or like, who else, like Marsh Lorraine. I think those are my two that I'm really hyped for. Knowing me, it's probably gonna be somebody like, who is left, by the way? Like, let me pull up the list real quick. Yeah, we got Bukidor, Daring Tact, Rulership, Marshall Lorraine, Sakura Chitose, Forever Young. I highly doubt they're going to release her anytime soon. Oh, Blast One Piece could actually be, yeah, knowing me, my luck, it could be somebody like Blast One Piece, which, don't get me wrong, she seems interesting, but she's not really on the top of the list of characters I want. I think if anything, I think the top 4 right now are like Bukidor, Daring Tact, Rulership, Marshall Lorraine. Like, any one of those 4 would be really nice. Would be must pull, honestly. But like, yeah, I guess Blast One Piece, Rose Kingdom, Samson Big, that's also highly doubted. Logo Type, FFNia. And I think the live event is starting in next week, right? So I'm sure they're gonna announce more characters, and I clicked the wrong skill, fuck me. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I think they're gonna definitely announce new characters during the live, because let's be honest, there's only, what, like 11 or 12 characters left that haven't been implemented? So they're really starting to run out pretty quick. I'm hoping that they announce some more characters that we can enjoy and love and make our Oshis and waifus and such. Okay. But we will see about that in about an hour and a half. If I'm even still going to be streaming by then. I should be. I don't think this is going to necessarily be a short stream. Maybe just in case to let the throat heal fully. But like I said, it's been mostly fine today, so I'm not too worried about it. But just in case, I think I should take it a little bit easy. You know, I shouldn't make this be like a 4 or 5 hour stream. It's probably not going to go that long. But I guess will depends on how well we do with the trainings here. Excellent, as always. Zen something. I didn't read that. Anyway, how are we doing? I think we're doing pretty good so far on this side of things. 19. Ooh. Yeah, we did get 455, which I didn't mention, but that's always good. 858 is a nice bonus, but that's not really what I need right now in my life, so we'll just see if that plays out for us in the good way, in the good kush. Oh, that's some pretty good kush right there. That's what we like to see. Okay, what do we got? Stamina. Feel like this, the speed is good. Everything else, I mean, it's at a good pace. I'm not saying it's good, but like it's at a good pace at least. Everything else is just kind of a little bit iffy-ish, but it's still kind of early to say. We can get some pretty good turns and turn things around a little bit, and also the inheritance is the biggest thing right now. If I don't get mid S, it's already over. It's already gonna be Jover. So TBD on all that. And I think at the pace we're going right now, I don't... Well, actually, it's still too early. Oh, that's so good, though. I was gonna say, at the pace that we're going right now, I don't think we're gonna get 858, but again, it's kinda... don't really know. We'll see, we'll see. I think... hold on, how good is the... Ooh. Ooh, okay, it's a good thing I didn't skip that, or it's a good thing I checked, because that's actually pretty good. And then I'll do a date event, because I was gonna do a date event there and just be like, okay, we're good, but... Okay, yeah, it calls for some dating, some energy boosts, some gauge boosts. Oh, look at that! Oh, damn. Actually, at that rate, we we just need to get all those 3, and then we get 2 more, and then we should be good. Or 2 more gauge boosts. I don't even know what those are called. Please give me the thing I need. Hey, nice. Okay, the run is still alive, ladies and gentlemen. The run is still going. There's no need to be Jover. Oh, what the heck? That's pretty good, except there's no, none of y'all. This kind of calls for dreams, low-key, because I don't really like my options here. So I'm gonna do that. Take the L on that one. Give me my stamina. My stamina, good. Yeah, we just need 2 more gauge boosts on the support cards, or support teams, and then that's fine for 858. So I think, I don't know if we're, well, hold on, how many turns are left? 5. Oh, I don't think it's gonna happen unless something miraculous. Actually, hold on, I still have 1 more date event that I need to do. It could happen. I also didn't mean to select that, but you know what? That's cool too. Well, biscuits. Biscuits and gravy. Big thinking. Your boy is big thinking. I'm gonna do some... Well, actually, hold on. No, I have an idea. I have a better idea. I was gonna do the wit training, but I think I have a much better idea here. Okay, well that actually kind of worked out because I was gonna do the date event there. Okay, but I think that actually kind of screwed me over in the end. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Unless... Nah, I don't think so, y'all. It's, I still, yeah, it's not happening. Damn, that's tragic. I think we were 1 off. 1 off? 2 off? How many? We were 2 off. Okay, so it wasn't that tragic. It's only slightly tragic. It's one of those tragedy comedies. Is the comedy track? What are those called? I'm thinking like something like the a la Shakespeare, not romantic comedies. Because aren't most of his plays like kind of tragedy comedy sort of things? Granted, it has been a long time since I've read any sort of Shakespeare. I think the last time I read that was like high school. So, oh boy, I don't really like any of my options here. If I do this, this will get me to 2,000. That seems like I don't know if I really like that. I'll do wit here. I have my reasons. Yeah, now that I think about it, Shakespeare, man, that's a throwback. I remember, I think, high school, one of my English classes, we did like a play, but it wasn't like a Shakespeare play, like, you know, obviously, like, I think, like, most people in, like, either middle or high school, like, English class, like, do, like, some sort of, like, play for Shakespeare, you read all the lines, do all that boring stuff, but I think the way that we did it, like, kind of, like, a more modern style, so it's, like, you know, obviously the characters are still there, and you get the general gist of a story, but we're not saying the exact, like, lines, so it's kind of more fun in that way. Back then, I was a lot more awkward than I currently am now, if you can believe it. So I was just a bundle of nerves. When it came to like stuff like presentations and stuff in school, I was so bad at those. I would always struggle so bad. But I think nowadays I've definitely gotten a lot better at them. But it's still. Let me tell you, back then I have some pretty bad memories and stuff that I still wake up in a cold sweat at night thinking about. Speaking of dreams, actually, that actually brings up another funny thing. Is I'm sure this is a common thing because I know I've heard people talk about this, but the dream that you always have, or the dream about like, oh, like I didn't take this test, so I failed this class that I took 10 years ago or whatever. Like that is definitely something that I still have, despite the fact that I haven't been in any sort of schooling in years. It's kind of crazy. It's just like it's still like I still have dreams from like about like, oh, you didn't finish this high school, or you didn't finish this project for Latin class in high school, therefore you're gonna get a failing grade and you have to retake it to get the credits to remember to graduate again. It's just like, why is this a thing that my brain comes up with? It's like, I don't need to, it's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to, I moved on from that life. I don't need to think about that anymore. I don't know, it's interesting how the brain works like that. I think we're actually at a pretty good pace here. If we can get some good stats going, if we can get some good non-dreams trainings, I think we actually might have a good Inus here. Like low-key, high-key. Oh shit, first time. Well, I mean, don't count your chickens, but... oh. Oh ho ho. Oh damn. That's pretty good. Okay, okay. I think we're cooking. I think we might be cooking, y'all. Oh shit. Oh shit. What up? It's your boy. It's your boy. I think I can afford to be a little bit greedy here. So I see these are okay options, but like, I'm gonna hold off and see if I can't get any amazing options. I'm gonna do power training here. Okay, we're on a good... We're doing good so far. We still got 2 more. Still got 2 available trainings. That's actually not bad. So is this. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. This is the moment. These are the moments. This is the moment of truth. Okay, this isn't really that good. I'll hold off. Watch me have to hold off until the last turn to get absolutely nothing. Because that is definitely possible. Okay, so the speed is pretty close to max, so I don't have to worry too much about that. If I do this, this will get me to 50. It's not gonna be enough though. Thinking. Well, I think I'll at least do. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that. That's only good. No, 1520. Okay, that's not too bad. But I'd really like to get to 1600, and at the rate we're going, I don't think we're gonna get there unless I do another training there, which is gonna be a little bit of a waste. Ooh. Ooh, poop. That's pretty close to maxing out, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Let's do this, maybe? If only I had 1 more turn, that would be really helpful right now in this current life, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to spend last training here, and just hope for the best with the rest of this. Okay. I mean, this is still going to be a good Inus. I'm just like, I'm really miffed by the fact that I don't think I'm going to get 1600 in the stats that I need, which is kind of an arbitrary cutoff low-key, so I'm not really too, which is fine, but I have a feeling that's gonna bother me at the end. Guess we'll see though. Okay, 30. Okay, I'm not gonna even think about it. I'm just gonna let the results play out, and we'll just see what happens at the end. All right. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Oh, that's so off by like, what is that? 24. Okay, well, you know what? Close to frickin' enough. Did I even max out? I think I maxed out on... I may have not maxed out on speed, actually. Which is actually kind of unfortunate. But that's fine. Nobody cares. I mean, this is good, and I think this will be good. I don't think this will be US, although I could be proven wrong on that. But... it could be. So, we'll just have to see what the final results show with that. Whether or not I have to... I might end up remaking this or something, but I think this is at least a viable option. Worst comes to worst. So, let me put together all of the options, all of the Skills. Yeah, I took the wrong one there. That's my bad. That's really unfortunate. It's fine though. I mean, it kind of sucks, but like it's fine. Because I at least have a lot of other skills I can take. But I really would like that one. No, not that one. Oh, absolutely groundwork. 100% required. Okay, well look at that. Okay, so I still have like a lot of skill points actually, so I think I might actually be able to take some of the ones that don't match here. I was being a bit picky about it, but now I can maybe be a bit more. I'll just pick anything from this list and go from there, I guess. Okay. Yeah, like this stuff. Even then, I still have like 399. I think, unless I'm missing anything here, I think I've taken everything that is for her strategy. Maybe I might just have to take some random ass skills, like maybe that gold skill. Maybe I'll just take the Ulte. I know Ulte is not going to work at all for her, but like, you know, help inflate her rating and all that. So that's good enough. Okay, I know that I left some skill points. I know, but yeah, that's good. I'm fine with that. Okay, moment of truth. Is this US? Is it not US? Is it going to be like UA9, UA7? It is UA9. Wow, is that... I think all three of the Umas that I've made for this CM have now ended up being like UA9, which is kind of hilarious. Which really makes me want to remake them. But they are decently fine enough, so I'm not really too bothered about that, so I guess that works. Alright, cool. Wow. First run, not even an hour in, and we've already gotten a decently good enough I-ness. So, there we go. Yeah. Bookmark that real quick. Yeah, we got that. So we're good there, and I realize... Oh wait, we do have the U. We do at least have here the US on the, on Still in Love. And then we got this Aruvu. Okay, well, cool. So... That's decent enough, I guess in my opinion. I still think I can make a slightly better Aruvu, but like considering this has the S distance and all the pretty much the necessary stats, if I have to be honest, this one seems fine enough. Also, if anything, I'm really curious how that ended up being not being a US and this did. I don't understand sometimes. Actually I do understand. I just like it's kind of interesting how that works. Okay, well. Cool, so in that case, let me pivot. I know I could definitely make a better I-ness and also a better Aruvu and all that. But let's make a backup plan in case things go horribly wrong with my strategy here. Replacing my Oshi with a character that actually kind of fits the track a little bit, or the current situation. I shouldn't say the track because she does fit the track at least. But unfortunately, the meta just is not the way it is right now with for frontrunners. So, in that stead, we will head over to now create a character by the name of Special Week, which currently now has level 7. Look at that! Isn't that crazy? So here's the thing. We have options. We can make Special Week either as a pace or a slate. Pace or late, because obviously she has aptitudes for both. Now here's a little bit of trouble of where I'm trying to think about this, because I don't really have a lot of good support cards when it comes to anything for pace, if that's the word. In fact, if I pull up my list right now, obviously you need Teo, and I don't think I have Teo. Well, hold on. So before we do that, let me just insert. Let me just put in at least this one, which I know that's just the lead surger one. But if we look here, right, like I don't have a good enough LB for Teo. I don't have a lot of LB necessary requirement for fine motion to fully apply her, or for that matter, Neo Universe. I don't have. Well, I do have Bukador, and you really only need like the one copy of her. Really to make that useful, so that's at least good. But I'm really thinking of just making her a late surger, just because I have way better cards for that anyway. Like I have this deck here for that, and not this deck, this deck here for that. So I really think this is a much better option. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards making her a late surger in my situation. So with that, I think the decision has been made right now. Let's do it. Let's do a late surger. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it with special week. Let's get it. Let's get this done. It has been a long time since I've done any special week runs. Like, I look at the amount of characters there are in the roster, and it is kind of amazing how many of them I haven't even touched in, honestly, years. So, I think Special Week, I don't know if Special Week is one of them, but it feels like it has been a little bit since I have really worked with her, so it's nice, because I do like Special Week, right? It feels like she's kind of shafted in the whole, when it comes to, like, all the kind of main characters of like anime and stuff, because obviously you have season 2 with like Teo and McQueen. Teo, they're both pretty popular. Season 3 has like Kita and arguably I guess Daya, but like, you know, Kita. You have the movies with like Top Road, Opera O, Pocket, Doto, Tachyon, Cafe, all of those other characters, and they seem like they're pretty popular to degrees. But then it's just like Special Week, you know, she was the first original protagonist. She's been the icon for pretty much the game for pretty much the entire run of it, and yet somehow she's not really that popular compared to the rest of the other kind of those mainline characters, which kind of unfortunate in my opinion. I like her. I understand why to an extent. It's because she is kind of, admittedly, kind of generic main. I don't know why I pronounce it generic like that. She's kind of like generic main character personality, you know, super cheerful, positive attitude, kind of naive in a sense. But that's what makes her so charming to me. But yeah, I do understand why people may not be as interested in that. If they've seen that pretty much in a lot of other kind of like these sort of moe-y anime. I do feel like the moe, when it comes to like moe anime, like CG, cute girls doing cute things sort of thing, it does feel like a lot of the characters, or at least the main character, like the protagonist per se, are usually kind of that archetype of character or personality. So, which is fair, although I do feel like that has been shifting a little bit with the popularity of Bocchi. I don't know if Bocchi was the main catalyst of it, but I do feel like Bocchi was the thing that really made it explode, where you have the kind of main character protagonist be sort of not so much that personality, but like a little bit different. Like, I feel like it's had a little bit of a shift where we have characters that are actually kind of shy, have social anxiety, maybe even introverted, which shy, introverted are different things. Okay, great. But I appreciate it, you know, the differences in characters and all that stuff and personalities. I say Bocchi is definitely not the first example of it. I remember back when I was watching seasonal stuff, there was an anime that came out called Comic Girls. I think it was an original, so I don't think there was anything like any source material about it or anything, but it was about it's cute girls doing cute things. It's about 4 mangaka who also happen to be like high school, I think like high school, middle school students or whatever, because of course they are. And the main character is one who moved into this dorm of high school mangaka, who is super introverted, shy, that kind of character. And so it was kind of interesting to see. Shoot, and I fucked up here. So I can't actually restart. I only say that because you see what happened with Espo and these two. So we kind of fucked up. That's okay. This run wasn't really that good anyway. We were off to not a good start. But yeah, Comic Girls. That was actually pretty good anime. I don't think it's really ever talked about, if any. It wasn't even really talked about during that season, but I thought it was actually pretty good for what it's worth. You know, the difference in the protagonist definitely did make a little bit of an impact there, but also I felt like it was kind of it had moments. So, I mean, if you're not really into those type of shows, I would definitely not recommend it. But if you like sort of like those moe slice of lifey comedy-ish shows, I would give it a shot. I think it's a pretty hidden gem in that regards. Let's the water real quick. But man, that was back in the day when I was able to watch like 20 shows a season. That is not the case nowadays. I can't even watch a single show this season. I haven't even watched anything from this current season, even though there's stuff that's kind of on my radar per se, but nothing that's really been like, oh, it's time to watch this now. So I am just waiting and just gonna put stuff on my list, and then it's just gonna be there forever, and the cycle continues. You know, the amount of anime that gets produced far outweighs the amount of stuff that I watch on a given basis. So that list is just gonna keep on growing, and it's never gonna shrink. That is the cycle of my life, of my anime life. It's okay, you know. Only so many hours in a day. You just gotta spend time doing what you like, which for me at least is nothing today. Like today especially, I did nothing, and it was beautiful. I loved it. It was good. I fulfilled my weekly quota of going outside on Thursday, so we're good in that regard. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Also, Espo is very behind. If she can stick with any other character, that would be really nice for me. I don't think that's... well, let's see if that happens. I don't know. I also already got the data event, which is nice. Oh, there we go. Well, actually, I wish it was with Ebayan, but I kind of need to do this right now. Otherwise, I'm kind of going to screw myself over. Stamina. Yeah, stamina. Okay. Ah, Nikes. I have... well, hold on. If I do that, Ebayan's going to be... surprisingly, she should be good, I think, for Rainbow. For Rainbow Friendship Training. But that's good. I think the biggest thing is now I need to get Espo in line, which is right... yeah, so that's good. Okay, so... yeah, we'll do that. I was like thinking, should I do a date event? But I'm like, nah, I'll hold off until after the debut. Yeah, I can actually start to tell. Maybe I should kind of cut this a bit short because I am starting to... this is really the first time I spoke today, so I was like, oh, you know, my throat's fine. And now that I'm actually kind of speaking for a prolonged amount of time, my throat is not feeling the best suddenly. And it's like, maybe I should take it a little bit easy. So I think this is probably going to be one of the short streams again, unfortunately. But you know, gotta. It's for your health, you know, for your health. Okay, we got both of the rainbows, so that's already a good start. Already a much better start. It's not really guaranteed, so, you know, it's kind of nice that it's there in the first place. Good. Put her on the BC turf training plan, same one I've been doing with Ines. See, the thing is, I kind of do want to hold off a little bit, maybe like to the 2-hour mark, just so I can check Twitter real quick and see who the new character is, and have that sweet live reaction. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's not really that important. Yeah, I mean, if I can't get that far, we won't push it, but we're already almost an hour in anyway, so I figure, you know, we might as well maybe do 1 or 2 more runs and we should be good. This is terrible. What in the world am I looking at? Ebayan. I guess. Literally just for the stamina train more than anything, but I don't really like Didn't really like any of my options. Oh, come on, I don't... This is one of the few times I actually don't want heals right now because I want to use my date event. I guess I shouldn't complain though. You know, if I do get good turns, then, you know, what's there to really complain about? But this isn't really that good, so I guess I'll just do that. Well, now it's a perfect time for my date event, if only... oh, that's actually pretty good. I can still do... Well, actually, no, if I do this, the date event's kind of wasted, though. I don't know if that's the best idea. Nah. We'll hold off. We'll hold off and wait until my opportunity. Like right now. That opens it up a little bit. To the point of where I think Espo's gonna get all 3 of the boosts there. Well, that's fine too. Actually, no. Wow, actually, that's surprising. I thought she would get all 3. Apparently not. Apparently, Desire over here is going to hog some of that. Ooh, let's see here. Let's see here. What do we got here? Yeah. When in doubt, speak in a southern accent. That has been my go-to, apparently, for whatever reason. Okay, I don't like... Well, actually, hold on, that's fine. I was gonna say, like, the SP was actually a little bit better on that. And it opens up some gauges, is what they say. That's the official term, gauges. I don't think that's actually the official term. Okay, there she is. Wow, special week. She's being special and a week. In about a week, we'll see her being even more special. I think I need to do my dreams now. Yes. 2 turns left? Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's very I was about to say very unfortunate. No, that's very unfortunate. I hate to see it. No, it's fine. It's whatever. I think we should be... Oh, we don't have the double. That's unfortunate. Since we don't have the double shenanigans, double speed, I'm gonna go with that. That actually might end up being better in the long term, maybe. Just so it's not as uneven. Isn't one of these 10 energy? It is. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Gets 20 speed too, so... Why in the hell not? I don't know why I didn't like the way I said that. Why in the hell not? Oh, that's not much better actually. Oh. On the SP side, that's definitely much better. I'm just saying, like on the stats side, that's not really that good. No, not you. This one. Always the top option, because it gives me some good ass hints. Wait, did I am... I think her default is late surger, so I don't have to do that change. Okay, we're good. I forgot that was the thing. Okay. Excellent. Excellente. Well, we got ourselves some groundwork. Not that that's really important for freaking late surger, but I might as well take it, you know. I'm not going to complain about that. Oh boy, we are not very good on the gauge side of things, but especially since I think we're really behind to get 455. Well, hold on. Actually, I think it's... Well, yeah, okay, I was gonna say it's fine, because the gauges here are pretty full anyway right now, so... Even then, though, I'm still a little bit feeling iffy. Let's do that, I guess. Let's give that skill. That one. Generic healing skill. Very helpful. Very good. Very needed. Uh, 35. Memorize it at this point. I mean, I think Ebayon at this point is no matter what you're training for, she is pretty much required now. She is like the best wisdom card, or the best wit card, bar none, so absolutely required. And you need her to max LB, of course, just so, you know, that's the other thing. Because of course they would. Of course the game would have you do that. The ramen scenario, and now that I think about it, the ramen scenario is actually coming out pretty soon, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to start prepping for that, and aka gonna be a whole thing of the week of, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and then, you know, having to figure all that out, and then eventually being like, I know what I'm doing now. But there's gonna be that week or two of me being like, what is this? How do I do anything in this? I don't understand. Don't understand. Speaking of not understanding. Okay, inheritance time. Let's see us get that sweet S distance. I see some gold in my future. And now Stego. Nope. 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 Maybe? Nope. Okay. That's fine. This is only the first run. If I get something somehow in the first run, I will be really amazed. That's a lot of skills, though. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we are not really in a good... Actually, hold on. We're really not at a good pace right now, considering one of those characters was still only at, like, E rating, so... I don't know about that one. Oh, boy. Not... Yeah, wait. Desire is still only at a E rating, and we're like, late April? That's not very good. Let me think here. Did I fail? What percentage of fail was that? Or what percentage of chance of fail was that? Because that was not that high. Well, that kind of puts a huge dent in everything, actually. Uh-oh. I only have 2. There's no way. Okay, I actually might be screwed here, ladies and gents. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. Okay. It might be... I might have to restart, because getting it good is kind of very much a game over. That's surprising, honestly. Like, that's honestly the first time that's happened in a little bit. Well, hold on, actually. Wait, we might be able to salvage this? Wait, no, we can't. It's only 2 turns left. Yep, okay, I'm gonna... Man, I got the S... I got the S aptitude. Oh, that... Wait, no, I didn't. What am I saying? We're fine. Okay, yeah. Abandon. Abandon ship. Abandon ship, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. It's gone. We're done. Look at that. I don't know why I thought I got that. I don't know. I think I'm going insane from not going outside. This is what is self-imposed home arrest. Yeah, I'm just going stir crazy apparently. Okay. This is what, the third? No, this is only the second run. I don't know. Seriously, I think I am going crazy. I'm like, this is the 3rd run we did with Special Week. I'm like, no, this is the 3rd run overall. It's not the 3rd run with Special Week. That is the case so far, but alright, we'll see how... Let's hopefully get a little... Oh, man, okay. Already with the decisions. I'm gonna just... Let's just get Casino Drive in here, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Hello, the True God. Hello there. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Casual Umamusumeing on the JP side of things. Alright. Ooh, perfect. Yes, Ebayan and Casino Drive. Love it. How you doing? Pretty good, pretty good. Still recovering my throat from screaming my lungs out on Thursday, but I think it's slowly getting better, so... Just slowly getting there. I'll be having a good Saturday. You can probably tell by the fact that I have to occasionally clear my throat. But it was definitely better. It's better than yesterday. Yesterday was pretty bad. What made it even worse was the fact that I was playing a game that I had to like read a lot of descriptions and text and stuff. That was not the best idea. And what makes it even more hilarious is the fact that I'm going to do it all over again next week. It's all for the World Cup. Soccer, sports, hooray. Love to see it. Haven't gotten to, yeah, we'll do that. It's just so I can get Evian. It's a day for the Takarazuka Kinen. That is correct. You are right about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I need to watch that. Get to see if Croix de Noir gets the triple the spring triple crown. Oh, so that'll be exciting. It's got some pretty big competition there, but well, we'll see if he's able to pull it off. I don't have the data event. I don't know why I was like, oh, data event. Please give me the data event. Date event? Date event. Yeah, you only just have to ask and you shall receive. In a whole 4 hours. Yep, just T-4-ish hours. If it's anything like those races. Which it is, so that is how that works. Right. Yes. Be the first horse to get the triple spring. Yep, that would be a huge accomplishment if he's able to do that. I mean, low key though, I was kind of amazed that he was able to win the spring Tenno show, because I know there's the huge thing about him not even having like, and forgive me, I'm not the hugest knowledge, or don't have the hugest knowledge when it comes to Keiba and stuff, but like from what I remember reading, he doesn't have the best like he didn't seem like he would have the best aptitudes for long distances. He was able to pull it off, so, you know, it's prove them wrong. Alright. Oh, I have a date event. Let's do that. Would have happened in 2015 if a certain someone locked in. I wonder who we're talking about. Yes, indeed. Certain white horse, yeah. That's okay. We still love him regardless. But yeah, it is kind of amazing that well, I shouldn't say it's amazing that nobody's done it, but oh shoot, we're not even close to getting Ebayan. Oh, that's not even gonna be enough either. Oh geez, this is not off to a good start. But I kind of understand because, you know, the 3 races are very like I shouldn't say different, but they are very you know, they're very varied. You know, on the one hand, you have Osaka High, which, you know, Osaka High, mid distance. You have Spring Tenno Show, one of the longer races. Then you got Takarazuka Kinen, which is the all-star race, which I think really just is a big thing about that. It's just like, you got all these powerful, you got a whole all-star lineup. So I think that really also does play a big part in that, is the fact that it is like that. But at the same time, you have kind of, with the fall Triple Crown kind of has that same idea, although not without the long race. But you have like Arima Kinen, you have Tenno Show Autumn, you have the Japan Cup. So yeah, it is kind of amazing that you have a few horses that have gotten that, but not the spring one. Also the spring summer heat. That is true also, yeah, because you know, you have that versus the cold, which isn't still a little bit of a factor, but not as. It has different pros and cons and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Exciting times. We got, in about an hour, we're gonna, I think, get the new Uma announcement, so we'll see who gets to be playable tomorrow. Low-key, if it is a character that I really am excited for, like Bukador or like a Marshall Lorraine or Rulership, I might do a stream tomorrow. I might stream Uma tomorrow and try and do some pulls and runs with that. Similar to what I did with, who did I do that for? Admire Vega, or not Admire Vega, Adovu. Similar with Adovu. Maybe I'll do that. TBD in approximately 47 minutes and counting. 47 minutes. We are counting down the minutes until... I'm pretty... That is the... I'm not wrong, right? I don't want to hype this up and be like, oh, it's actually happening like tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, because the event's ending in the 14th... Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So it's ending tomorrow. Because, yeah, this is my local time. That's the nice thing I think about Uma, is the fact that it lists everything in your local time, so you don't have to do any, like, time zone conversions. But... I'm just gonna have to wait that out. Someone. It will be someone. It will be someone, that is correct. Who it will be, we will not know. Plot twist, it's Samson Big, finally out from Purgatory. Maybe one day, maybe we'll finally see Samson Big show up in the game. Something. Maybe someday. One of these days. Wait, shit, I just remembered I have a room match to watch. Oh, well, go watch your room match. Go see who wins that. I should maybe do some room matches just to see how my team is right now. I don't think my team's really that good, to be honest. I still feel like I have some room for improvement for the CM stuff, but I would like to at least see how it competes, because I know Almond Eye is going to be the meta character right now. I know she's like top of the list right now, so... But I shouldn't say not spite, but like out of stubbornness, I have her, but I just don't really want to use her. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate her as a character, it's just like, when it comes to the CMs, I kind of use a mix of meta and favorite characters. And so that's why I have Aruvu, that's why I have Still, and then that's why I have Ines, despite the fact that bringing a frontrunner is probably going to be suicide. I'm still doing it anyway, and then that's why I'm also building out this good old special week over here. Just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. Like they probably will, let's be honest. Frontrunners are big rip right now in the JP side. Shoes. Let's get some shoes. Shoes. Oh, what is this? What am I looking at here? Guess that one's okay. Ooh, I don't like this either. I only took that because, well, I don't know. I don't know why I make the decisions I make, I just make them. Okay, do I... No, I'll save that for... Oh yeah, I will save that for later, 100%. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Anytime there's like all three of them that show up in one, I gotta take that. That is a rare opportunity. It went as well, it went as I expected. I'm only assuming that means good things and that you got first, second, and third, obviously, or whatever. I mean, I guess I shouldn't assume that it's gonna be for CM stuff. It could be something else. Room matches are flexible. You know, it could be anything. Dreams. Yeah, like I said, I would do room match training just to see how my team is, but I kind of have a feeling I already know what to expect, so I don't really want to. Maybe I'll just do it off stream and see, but I don't expect it to be very good. I don't think my team is really that good. Like one of them is only one of them is rated US and higher, so could be better. Could definitely be better. It's for the actual G1 races. We had one every time the actual G1 race come around. Oh, nice. That's fun. A nice little. See, that's the thing. Room matches don't always have to be for friggin' training for competitive stuff and like testing the waters. It can be fun little shenanigans. Like I remember when the English game came out originally. I remember people were posting all the room matches because like when the room matches were available. I don't remember if they were I don't think they were initially. I don't remember if they were, but whenever they came about, there was all the I don't know, meme screenshots of like the like 15 different uraras, or like there was that one with like the one McQueen with like the 14 gold ships right behind her, and it's just like, yep, room matches. I remember initially when they came out on the JP side, I participated in a few that were kind of the meme ones, right? It's just like, oh, Seiyun Skies only, so then there were like 18 Seiyun Skies just all racing at once. Those are always kind of fun. But that's, yeah, you know, it's the flexibility there is kind of nice. Ooh. Ebayon. You make a good case for your for that. And I'll do that too. Yeah, there we go. And now I only need like 4 more for 455. So okay, we're good. Right now I'm 10 for 16 wins for the year. Damn, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And that also makes me realize, wow, we've already had... Well, I guess we are almost halfway. That's fucking crazy. I just realized we're almost halfway done with for this year. Wow. Okay, well that makes me feel something. I don't know what it makes me feel, but it makes me feel something. We're like 2 weeks away from it being the halfway point of the year. I was about to say, like, wow, we already had 16 G1 races this year, and then it's like, oh wait, yeah, I guess that makes sense given the time frame, but still also oof. Big oof. Time flies when you're living. When you're counting down the days. What do we got here? I guess I'll take the guts, sure, why not? Ooh, cool. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, well, here's our first inheritance. Can we get the S distance? That's the question. I'm locked out of the triple TR for this year, but still can get the other 3 triples. Damn. That's pretty fun though. You got the whole crew going with everybody putting in their own horses and stuff, or their own Umas. And okay, well, me. That's pretty neat. It's also honestly some pretty good commitment. Doing it for each of the G1 races, having the horses for all of that, and obviously, well, not obviously, but like probably training them for the correct aptitudes and like distances and stuff. So that's pretty fun. It's like its own CM, except different because you only bring 1 horse, probably. I'm assuming. It's fun. Okay. Ooh, yeah, 18%. I don't love those odds. Wait a minute. That also may have been a waste, right? Because I was gonna say, well, biscuits. Okay. I don't think we're well. Yeah, I don't think we're getting 455 here, y'all. That's a rippo. Ah, well, that's mine. This is technically the first run. I should say this is technically, well, technically this is the second run, but this is the first run. I'm counting this as the first one. Congratulations to Spatial Week. That and all 3 modifiers that I have set up for it. Oh, do tell. What are these modifiers? Special conditions. That does remind me, I need to check if they've released the... They finally... I don't think they have yet, but if they've released the stuff about the Off-Kai tournament that I've signed up for. Because if they do, I might need to start thinking about training for that. Although I'm kind of waiting until the new scenario comes out on EN, because I fucking hate Track Blazer. And I wish for nothing but the worst of it. Not that Grand Live is really that much better, but the fact that it takes 40 minutes at least per run, it just really annoys the hell out of me, and thanks for the follow, True Guy, much appreciated. Yeah, it's so annoying. Why am I waffling about this? Because I have no options. I have to do this. Please, that's not really... I guess I'll do that. Not really that bad of a difference in SP. I have the list on my phone. Oh, yeah, no worries if you can't get it off the top of your head. No worries there. Okay, see, now this is where I need to do the double speeds. Wait, that's big oof because... Wait, was that big oof? Oh, that is. I think I'm gonna be like too short, or probably like 1 point short from getting what I need. Oh man. Oh well. 15. Yeah, I think I'm like probably like 18 or 19. I don't remember. Probably 18. 18. Eek. Okay. Well, I've been able to catch up once. I say once out of the many runs that I've done before, so... Ah, tragic. That's okay. Oh, be your lower track aptitude, be your lower distance amplitude, be your lower track distance. Oh, this is not. I was reading through that and I'm like, wait, what? Because I was like, I'm not. Well, first of all, I was like, I'm not reading through all this out loud. But also, I'm just like, I read that and I'm like, wait, what? No pace chasers, no pacers, no front runners, no end closer. I'm like, wait, what? What strategies? And then I realized, oh wait, that's not all of those, because that would be that wouldn't work like that. But that's pretty interesting. Okay. No, that's not what I meant to pick. Well, this run is just absolutely blurst, and by blurst I mean oof. Yeah, a lot of different things that can happen. No horses or anything. Yeah, no strategies allowed. No horses. Just track. It's just everybody looking at the track and being like, ah, yes, this is a nice track. Also, wow, I really put myself in a bit of a pickle here. I think I have to do one of these, unless I want to heal, which is not what I want to do, so let's just do this instead. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay. Okay, Ebayan, show me your moves. Show me your skills. Let's see. I realize this is kind of a waste though, because yeah, it's only gonna put up 1 gauge. Dang, I'm really not having a good run over here. I'm really honestly at this point doing this just for the fans, for my circle, which isn't really that much anyway. It's only gonna be like 400k anyway at most. I'm just doing this just because I feel like it. Otto is alone, as always. Hey Sticks, what's up? What's up? Good seeing you. Welcome, welcome. The lizard. The lizard creatures, they roam among us. Conspiracy. More like factual truth. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh yikes! This is the most meh run I've had in a while, and of course it has to be one that I'm doing live, because of course it is. And it's funny because I chose Late Surger explicitly because I have way better cards for this strategy over Pace Search or over the paces, but you know, sometimes it just works like that, I guess. Then maybe don't do race this week. Well, it was either that or I don't know whether the other well, there are many other options, but considering she has not been in any meta in a long-ass time, and she's finally, only because she has level 7 now with her skills. But considering now she actually is in the meta, I felt like, yeah, of course, you know, and she is also kind of one of my favorite characters, so why not? Either that or be a meta slave and bring Almondai, and I'm not gonna do that because that's boring. And I'm not gonna be slave to the meta. Even though I have all the characters, well, not all the characters, but like most of the characters for meta purposes. Also, man, it is kind of crazy how many nicknames Spe has among the EN community, and how much they. Well, I shouldn't say this because this is really mean-spirited, but like I just don't really love them that much, right? She has like Little Speaka, what is it, like John? Well, no, John Umamusume is. I feel like people call like Ebayan that more than anything. I don't know, man. I just like Spare. Just call her Spare. It's a more special week. Not even that many syllables. But anyway. That's just me being me on my the elitist side of things. Anybody who's been on my streams know that there are certain nicknames I just don't really like, but I've come to kind of accept because it's just like, you know, I'm not gonna be that guy. Although I have run into people, and I apologize if you've been in my streams and you've heard this story so many times, but there's the one time when I was at a convention, I was talking about Ines, who's my favorite character, and like some guys like, don't call him Agnes, bro, and I'm like, no, Ines, since she probably thought I said Agnes, and it's just like, oh man, that was so stupid. And ever since then, I've been a lot more kind of lenient when it comes to being all like, oh, actually, you shouldn't call them that, because it's like, the feeling I got when that guy said that, I was just like, well, now I want to call her Agnes, because just like to annoy you. And I feel like that is kind of low-key a lot of, not a lot of, but like what some people feel when people get corrected, and it's like, well, now I don't want to call them that, because now I just want to annoy you. There's a thing, like a name for that. I don't remember what it is. Not the Streisand effect. Like something where it's like, you tell someone what to do and suddenly they don't want to do it. Or it's like they want to defy authority. Yeah, Ines Fujin. Yep, Ines Fujin. She is my favorite character. And I know she's not really that popular, but that just makes it easier in situations where, like, for example, there was that, what was it? It was the, fuck, I forgot. It was like the competition from way back where it's like the individual characters. Like I have, like where you can, I don't remember what this thing was called. It was the, not the Racing Carnival. It was the make the Uma, get the ranking and whatever. Like I have the profile like this, right? Like each character had its own, like each character, even each like costume had their own ranking. And even despite me getting a pitiful UA4, I still got 21st place in the Ines competition. So sometimes it has its benefits, but other times it really doesn't. When she has like barely any merchandise, she has no figures. She doesn't even have a prize figure. Like I know there's the prize figure lineup that pretty much every character has, like with like their default pose in like the school uniform, and Ines is not in that lineup. So it's tough times for people who have unpopular favorite characters, I guess. I feel bad for the like dozen Biko Pegasus fans, because it's like they're not gonna get they're gonna not get her for honestly years, because it took like 2-3 years for her to come out in English, so, or on JP, so it'll be a long while before she shows up. Which is kind of crazy because she was part of the original roster, so, and there were characters that came out like I think like years after, or like were announced years after, that were implemented. I think my favorite example was Dream Journey, who I think was announced and then implemented the exact same day, or maybe something along those lines. It's just like, within the day, literally she got announced. It's like, oh, she's the next Uma to come out. It's like, oh, great. Thanks. And then meanwhile, there's characters who we've been waiting for years to show up. Is my, did my VPN stop working? Oh, my VPN stopped working. Cool. I love that. Right, let me get into Just Chat real quick. Sometimes that happens. Reconnect. Yeah, my VPN, the VPN that I've been using, because I have to use a VPN because my Wi-Fi unfortunately does not handle Uma very well, and by that I mean it doesn't. Which is unfortunate because it's kind of annoying because I'm at home now, because I have to and I have to. And if I want to play it, then I have to connect to my VPN every time, which is a little bit of an annoying step. The thing about that, though, is I've at least gotten used to it, because in most public Wi-Fi's, the game is not allowed. I think it's because, oh, there we go, nice. It's probably because of like public Wi-Fi's and stuff. So like in like hotels and convention centers and stuff, usually it's not allowed. So I've already had like my mobile VPN kind of ready anyway. But when I first moved in here and when I found out that the Wi-Fi that I had was not gonna cut it, I was a little bit disappointed. But I've gotten used to it at this point. Oh, yeah, that's perfect time. The editor cut that out. Yeah, that's what I would say if I had an editor, which I don't. So, me cut that out. I'm probably not. It's fine. It's part of the charm, the scuff of streams and stuff. Feels like there's always going to be like, not always, but there's some technical issues sometimes. You just gotta learn to live with it. Yeet. Okay, wow, Ebion's still hasn't given me her skills yet. Not that that's really that important. Oof. Okay. Yeah, this run was already pretty big. Oof. Let me think here. Let me give it a big thinky. Well, I have to use this anyway, so... Actually, if anything, it's kind of funny. Usually my speed is usually pretty... This is... Yeah. My speed is usually way higher. Usually it's like in the 1800s, if not pretty close to being good. But this is a situation where it's actually not, which is kind of interesting. And like my speed and stamina are actually pretty... Or sorry, not speed and stamina. My stamina and power actually not that bad so far. Like they're in good pace. Oh, there we go. Take that. I was debating between doing the speed training or the wit training, but I figured speed is really it's a bit lagging, so let's get it caught up a little bit. Ichiban desu. Next race is the BC Turf. By the way, I don't think we even got close to 8. Actually, I don't even think we got... Did we even get 758? I hope so. That would be tragic if we even didn't. Oh, let's see. I know I've been really behind on the DPs. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Barely, though. Yeah. That's not my best performance, definitely. Okay, ooh, that's actually pretty tempting. I'll take that, yeah. Time for the ultimate summer training. The penultimate summer training, not penultimate, isn't that just the second to last? It's time for the very important summer training. Okay, see... This is what really annoys me sometimes, is like, I get these great summer trainings, but they're in runs that are pretty much DOA, so it's like, what am I supposed to feel about that? It's like, great, if only this showed up like last run when I had Ines and actually was maybe looking for her to be good, and it's just like, nope, we're not going to give you anything here. Let's do this one. And beach time. Summer training beach time. School swimsuit time. I've always thought it was a little bit funny that the school swimsuit for Tracen is the way it is. I don't know how to really explain that, but... Because you see some of the race outfits, and I've always thought that it's funny that... Well, maybe I shouldn't say I've always thought it's funny, but like it's like... Kind of the funny thing there that the race outfits for some of the Umas are... Like, I'm thinking of like ones like Gran. Yeah, Taiki's default is a good example, but like Gran, like not even like swimsuit, it's just because I feel like the swimsuit alternatives have gotten a bit more tamer recently. maybe not Vivlos's, but like, I mean, if you look at like Marzensky's and like Special Weeks, like those were like straight up like wow. But like you look at some of the more recent ones, it's like what was the most recent? It was like Shuval and Crown. Well, those aren't really that risque, I guess. But it is kind of funny seeing some of the Umas that have sort of the very revealing outfits. Specifically like ones that are like, can you actually race in this outfit? I don't think you can. Like, just like, I think those babies will be spilling out, if you know what I mean. I think Zephyr was an example. Zephyr, Aishin Flash, Taiki, to an extent Marzensky's beach outfit too. Yeah, it's like, I don't know about that one, Chief. Air Groot default is there as well. Yeah, I guess that one's a little bit more iffier, I guess. It's not as out there. Maybe I'm just not imagining it correctly, but anywho, let's do this. And also the fact that like half of the, I think this is my bigger point, is like half of the Umas, the ones that are mares, right? They wear the bloomers, and like that's a little bit more revealing than the actual swimsuits. Like the swimsuits have like the what is it, like because normally school swimsuits have it like, you know, where it has like that kind of that bikini, I shouldn't say bikini bottom, but like that bottom there. But like the Tracen one has the like what you could best describe as like boxer briefish sort of, like, I don't know, like that kind of design, which I always thought was kind of interesting. That I think is the biggest thing there. Ooh, yeah. I don't know where I want to do my last one. Let's get this going. Okay, stamina is actually... Surprisingly, this actually, stat-wise, may not be that bad. I think we actually somehow salvaged this with whatever happened the last minute. Yeah, because if I do that, that's going to get that to max speed. This actually might not be as bad as I thought it was. I think the last few trainings have really saved us, but I really wish that could have happened in an actually good run, instead of, you know, whatever happened here. But, you know, the game giveth and the game taketh. That's, this whole game is one big gotcha. Not even just the gotcha part of it, it's the gameplay itself, low-key. It's never always been my biggest favorite about it, but it's whatever. Well, let's see what the final results ended up being. Moment of truth. The Breeder's Cup. The Breeding Cup. Breed your cup. Okay. Moment of truth. Yeah, this actually... I'm not gonna lie, this actually is a pretty good Uma. Because we almost have 1700 for the wit side of things, and we're pretty close to 1600 on speed and or stamina and power. Speed's maxed out. Guts is right there. That's actually what you wanted. Yeah, actually though, yeah, top left. Thank you for noticing the top left of the street. Yeah, that is actually what I wanted. You are correct about that. We got that. We got the S medium. I don't know if we got all the skills, but I'm kind of shocked that this ended the way it did, given the fact that, given how it occurred for most of the run there. But that's not too shabby, you know. I will absolutely take it. Now the question is, I don't know what the question is, but no. Wait, hold on. If I do that, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna be using her as a late, so I can't be giving her the wrong skills here. Ote, very important skill for her. And all the late surges that I'm building. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And now I just fill in the rest of the gaps here. This one, this one, this one, not that one, this one, sure, yeah, okay, why not, yep, nope, Yep. Okay. Yep. And if you're thinking to yourself, man, does he know what skills he's picking? No. No. I'm just picking skills. There we go. Alright. Good enough. Okay. This is probably why I don't win CMs. It's because I don't know what I'm picking in terms of the skills. Oh shoot, I forgot I had 3 of these. Okay, I was like, wait, what? Usually I only have 2. But that's level 7 for you. Damn, look at all those evolved skills. That, my friends, is a US1. Damn. I am actually shocked. If you told me at the middle of that run that I would have gotten this to be a US, I would have called you crazy. But you know what? Somehow, first try, we got Special Week to be actually pretty good. Oh my god, look at the difference between first and second. Good lordy. Good heavens. Good heavens, just look at the time. Well, not really, I mean, it's just the meme. Okay, well, shoot. We're done with Spet, I guess. Cool. Okay, well, great. I mean, I'm actually kind of amazed about... Okay, so I guess I'll save that with the carrot. Okay, cool. I mean, I guess we still have, like, 15 minutes until this announcement. And I still want to... I'm still feeling one more run. Let's see, I can remake one of the other characters I need, because obviously, like I said before, like I have decently good enough, but they're not US, which I know is an arbitrary cutoff. But I feel like I can make these a little bit better, especially Ines, and she doesn't have 1600 wit, which I feel like is a pretty much minimum at this point, pretty much requirement. But I'm looking here. Yeah, I really feel like I can make Adovu, like a decently better Adovu, and especially since I think out of all the characters here that I'm building, Adovu is technically the most meta, per se, because she's kind of in the tier right below Almondai, so I might do that. I think still is good enough, honestly. I'll just leave her, and then obviously Ines is Ines, so let's, we'll do one last run with our Ice Queen, the one and only Admire Groove, who is all the way down in the corner, which is here. That's your name. Alright, and I can't use that because I can't use her skill card, so I just gotta settle with Almondai, which is kind of a funny irony, actually, now that I think about it. Avoiding Almondai, use her skill card, use her support card. It's fine by me. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get this bread. Let's see if we can be 3 for 3 in terms of creating good Umas here. I've had some pretty good... Recently, honestly, I've had some pretty good luck when it comes to building characters during stream. When it comes to off stream, I don't know if you noticed the other characters. I was like, oh, did my VPN crash again? Yay, it crashed again. Yeah, when it comes to Umas that or when it comes to building Umas in, like, when I'm doing it on my own time, for whatever reason, I'm just not really don't do that well. Which is kind of funny because it feels like that's the opposite of what it usually is. Like back, if you talk like a few months ago, usually I completely, for lack of a better term, shit the bed when it comes to like actually like creating Umas or like doing stuff on stream. And then off the stream, I'm like, okay, now I actually can make something good. I think it's just coincidence more than anything, because I haven't really done that many streams. I know the title of this is part 253, but that's maybe a bit of a slight exaggeration, because I think this is only like the 3rd or 4th stream I've done of prep for this CM, so... Because I only really do this on a weekly basis. So not really a big sample size. Speaking as somebody who's taken stats classes and is knowledgeable when it comes to that stuff. Fucking nerd over here. And yet I don't use that knowledge for Uma because I'm too lazy to actually dive into the numbers. I just let other people do that for me. So that information is definitely available out there for sure. I just take their word for it when it comes to people talking about it. which comes back to usually be pretty well for me anyway. That's not the phrase. Which usually doesn't come back to bite me. Usually. Usually. You just gotta find the right people to trust. Which I guess is just more of a general life advice in general, so, you know, there's your lesson of the day for y'all kids. Learn who to trust. Have a fall guy. I don't know if that's the sub lesson to take from that, but sure, yeah, have trustworthy people and also have a fall guy. Not trying to make a Fall Guys joke there, but okay, Abayon's actually pretty close there. I think I might want to do this just so I can try and force Casino Drive to go out with me, because that's how that works, right? You just keep on seeing the same person over and over again, and then they'll eventually gather enough affection for you to go out with you. See, there you go. See, it worked. Wow, isn't that amazing? life advice from Shino the Penguin. That's terrible life advice. What is it? There's the life pro tips or whatever, and then there's like illegal life pro tips or something like that, like unethical life pro tips, which I always thought was funny. Those are always kind of those are always a time to read through. Okay, Ebayon's good. There we go. And yeah, I do definitely think this has to be the last stream, because I'm starting to feel my voice give out a little bit, if you couldn't tell already. That's what happens when you scream for 2.5, 3 hours. Well, not the whole time, but like for good portions of it. Let me tell you, man, that match, I already talked about it yesterday, I realized, but like that match was crazy. If you don't know, I am Korean. I support Korean things. And so, obviously, with the World Cup happening right now for soccer, football, whatever you call it, I am all in when it comes to nation pride and all that. So, I was at a watch party over in Koreatown in Los Angeles. You know, so if you don't know, I do live in the Southern California area. Not going to say exactly where, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I was at that watch party on Thursday night. I got there a bit early so I can get a good seat, which is good because it was packed. Let me tell you, I was looking behind me and I saw like a whole crowd of people just standing, and I was like, man, I'm so glad I left early so I can get a good seat, because otherwise I would have to stand the whole time and that would not be comfortable. Initially, I was kind of low-key regretting going because it didn't seem like the environment was really that good, but I think it was like the people there were like me in that they were just saving their energy for the actual game. So like there were pre-game festivities and stuff, and people were like, yeah, okay, cheer, you know, mild cheers here and there. But once the actual game started, I think people locked in, and people actually were starting to like, you know, do the whole cheers, because there was like a cheerleader, I guess that's the right term for it, cheerleader, not one word cheerleader, but like cheer space leader. Like the person, he had a microphone, he was like saying like he had a whistle, and he was like he had like different cues for like different chants that we were doing. It was all good fun. I enjoyed it. It reminded me of back when I was in college, and because I went to a pretty big college that had a pretty big athletics program for like football, basketball, that kind of thing. So I would get season tickets and go sit in the student section, and there was a cheer kind of people there who were leading kind of the different cheers and stuff. So did that. That was all fun times, and that kind of reminded me of those times. But yeah, it was good. I'm not gonna lie, when Czechia first scored the goal, I think we could feel the energy leave the air. But after a couple of minutes, people actually were starting to, you know, like, it's like, obviously we were deflated, but it was like, okay, well, there's still time, maybe we can come back. And of course we did. I mean, spoiler alert in case you didn't know, Korea ended up scoring 2 more goals to end up winning the game, which absolutely good time. Let me tell you, when they scored the equalizer, the place went bonkers. Everybody, because like the whole area that I was in, everybody was like kind of sitting in like the park. Like everybody brought like picnic, like like blankets and stuff, like as if they were going on a picnic or something. and everybody was just kind of having a fun time there. I, of course, didn't plan ahead, so I was just sitting on the ground like a freaking Neanderthal, but it was still fun. But yeah, once the goal was scored, everybody just stood up and was just like going crazy, and oh my gosh, it was a great time. And that was just the equalizer. You can imagine how much more crazy it was when the second goal was scored, and then everybody was just like, oh my god, we're actually gonna win. So fun sports. Speaking of sports, how's the rest of the World Cup going? Let me check that real quick. We also have 5 minutes left until the announcement. And also, oh, I forgot the NBA Finals game is happening. Like, man, a lot of things in sports. In case you don't know, I'm also kind of a big sports fan as well, so I will also be talking about that. Random shit. I feel like, though, like with Uma, when it comes to Uma, like, I feel like there is a cross, because Uma in its heart is kind of a sports, I shouldn't say anime, but like sports-y kind of franchise with the whole idea of races and competitions and stuff. So I feel like it does attract a good amount of people that also are kind of in that same boat of like also having some interest in sports. And if not, then, you know, they definitely are kind of start getting some interest in definitely horse racing for sure. I've definitely noticed a lot more people, myself included, getting a lot more interested in that kind of stuff, but also some other sports as well. Wow, Brazil and Morocco tied? That's crazy. I know the other match, Qatar and Switzerland, that was also kind of crazy how Qatar scored at the last second. It looks like Scotland's going to win against Haiti, which is expected, and then we got Australia and Turkey later today. Okay, fun stuff. But yeah, that is sports, and that is my long-winded way of explaining why my voice is giving out and my throat is not great. But I'm pushing through it for the most part. The smart thing would have been to probably rest today, but fuck it, we ball, you know. I stream Uma every I stream Uma every Saturday, so I figured I didn't want to skip out on that. We'll just call it a short one, and I think that should still be fine anyway. So that's been my MO for the most part, and it's probably going to be the same thing next week, because next week South Korea is going to be playing Mexico, which is, oh man, that's going to be even crazier. Because the funny thing about that is the people who were sitting in front of me were definitely not Korean. I can definitely tell you that much, but they were wearing red shirts, so I could feel that they were supporting. At least for, you know, that game. I know definitely, you know, once the next week's game comes along, they're definitely going to be switching to their alliances, which is absolutely fair. But yeah, there were a surprising amount of people who were like wearing like green jerseys and stuff, and like I'm pretty sure we're Mexican, so, or like of Spanish descent, so, or Mexican descent I should say. So that was a fun. If you don't know, and I told this story yesterday, but there is a little bit of a history with South Korea and Mexico when it comes to soccer, and the World Cup specifically. This was back in 2018 when they were both in the same group, and Korea at that time was last in the group, but somehow still had a way to qualify. And they somehow were able to pull off a victory against Germany, which, if you don't know sports, Germany is usually pretty damn good when it comes to soccer, so the fact that they were able to pull off the upset is kind of crazy on its own. But then on top of that, they also needed, I think it was like Sweden to win their match against Mexico, which unfortunately they didn't, and that match ended earlier than the other match. So I think Mexico fans were just watching the other match, watching the South Korea-Germany match, in bated anticipation to see, because if South Korea held on to win, then Mexico would have qualified for the next round, the knockout stages, so to speak. And if Germany, I guess, tied or whatever, or tied or won, then they would have made it. So obviously there was this whole thing with like, oh my god, let's cheer for Korea. And then it became sort of this nice alliance, so to speak, South Korean-Mexican alliance, which has only kind of blossomed since then. It's kind of interesting. So it is kind of funny how they ended up in the same group 8 years later. Sports is funny like that. Also, sports is kind of for all the I know because like what with the whole shit with Knicks fans being complete douchebags to Spurs fans and like all the general populace. For all the bad sometimes that can happen with that, it is kind of nice seeing kind of the different ways that sports can bring people together. You know, you would have never thought that South Korea and Mexican, or yeah, Koreans and Mexicans would come together for this one common cause, but it's how it happens. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, having said that, I know Koreatown definitely has, as much as, you know, obviously it is Korea, you know, Korean people. I know there's also a pretty big Hispanic population there, so I would not be surprised if there were actually quite a few people who are cheering for the other side. So that's going to be really chaotic. Also, that's going to be Thursday, so next Friday, at least with the Omori stuff, that's also going to be probably not a fun time. But hopefully I train my voice well enough now to where it's used to having to go through these spurts of me screaming my lungs out that hopefully it recovers quicker, as I mentioned earlier, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Anyway, enough sports talk, let's get back to Umamusume. Speaking of which, we have less than 1 minute until this freaking announcement comes, so I'm gonna hold with bated breath until we get to 8 o'clock, which is gonna happen in... Oh, there's no way to see the seconds. That's great, I love that. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Okay. I'm gonna pull up Twitter real quick, and we're gonna... It's probably not gonna refresh for a little bit, so I'm just gonna have to keep refreshing and seeing, but let me pull it up. Umamusume. Okay. Let me do this. Okay, let's take a quick detour over. Let's see what this let's see if they've already posted what the new Uma is going to be. Yeah, they have not. Okay, I'm gonna have to probably just keep refreshing and seeing. Just keep refreshing. Just keep refreshing for this for their new post, for their new tweet. Keep refreshing. Keep refreshing. Let's go! Bukador finally coming out! Yes! Yes! Okay, we're doing a stream tomorrow. We're doing a poll stream tomorrow. We're 100% doing a Bouquet stream tomorrow. Bouquet has been, I think, my #1 most anticipated Uma. So, oh my god, yes, thank you. And they're releasing her. I'm surprised. I legitimately did think they were going to release her as a 2-star character because she never won a G1 race. Oh my god, yes. Thank you. Thank the heavens. Also, of course, we got the scam show over here. What with the new scenario coming out pretty soon, this is probably not worth pulling for. This character is 100% worth pulling for, though. So we are 100%. Same time tomorrow, not same time, 5 p.m. tomorrow Pacific. Get ready for some Bukador because we are going to put ourselves for that. But okay, great. Love that. Okay, let's get back into the training. Okay, wow, crazy. Amazing. I love it. I'm actually pretty pumped for that, not gonna lie. I did not expect that low-key that Bukador was gonna come out. I thought they were going to save her for a different time, but there she is. She's actually alive. She is in fact she in fact does exist. We have confirmation. Isn't that crazy? I am very happy about this, about the events here. Okay, great. Okay, I should do a date event. And also because I still have the second one, so... Okay, I think we're on good pace to get 455 here. Again, not that that matters because, you know, I didn't even get 455 during the last run with Spe, and I still somehow got her to US1, so really 455 is overrated, low-key, high-key, although, to be fair, that only happened because of an amazing set of last few turns, so I kind of have to, Please give me S distance, please? Please? No? Okay, fucking hell not. Well, we're 2 for 2 so far, so I don't want to push my luck, but it could happen in the next inheritance, which it has for the last 2 anyway, so really, I think I'll be fine with that. Okay, I'm a little bit miffed though, because I don't really have that many gems to pull with, or gem carrots, whatever. I have, what, like 18k right now? So, I mean, that's like 120 pulls, which, oh, that's iffy, because, like, the expected number of pulls to get a character is 133, given the percentages. So, I don't really know if that's going to be enough. And knowing my gacha luck, I don't know. I haven't actually really done many pulls recently. I was able to get... Who was the last character? Who was the last new character to come out? That was, Red Desire. I did get Red Desire in a not too many pulls. I wasn't able to get Daring Heart with the limited amount of pulls that I had, so... And I will say, on the Gakuma side, I have actually been super lucky. Well, not super lucky. I've been decently lucky. I got the new Lilia, and I got the new Hero. I did not get the new Temari though, so I haven't been like uber lucky. But I'm kind of worried that I may have used up all of my gacha luck in Gakumas, which is unfortunate because I actually haven't done a run in Gakumas in weeks, low key. Like, I haven't really been... I still have no idea how to do the new scenario. I should really just sit down one of these days and just kind of read a guide and figure that out. It shouldn't be that bad, but I, for the life of me, still have not even gotten to, like, the final stage for that. But hopefully my luck continues, I guess, well, is the thing I'm trying to say there. I guess we'll find out. We will... I'll save the... Usually... So here's the thing. Usually I do pull... Usually I only do... like initial runs. I don't do pulls live on stream. Because it doesn't end well for me. But maybe I might do it here? I don't know. That's the thing. Like, in my times that I have done pulls on stream, they've usually not ended up pretty well. I'm thinking of stuff like... when was the last time? Ines was probably the last time I did that. Ines on the global server, and I did not get her in 200 pulls, so I don't really want that to happen, because that would suck, because then that would require me to dip into my savings pool of my credit card. The ultimate gacha hack. And I know I told myself I'm not going to do that because I spent way too much money at Fanime, so... We hopefully don't have to do... Hopefully we're not going to have to dig into that, because low-key, Bukador is one of those characters that I would be willing to dip into my credit card for lack of a better term. Not saying that I want to, but... You know, if it has to happen, I guess it has to happen. Which is a really bad mindset for a gacha. I'm just going to put that out there. Do not be like me, kids. Do not suddenly be like, oh, I gotta pull for this character. I gotta use my wallet. It's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You have so much to live for. You have so many better things to spend your money on, rather than fictional PNGs of not even PNGs, fictional horse girl waifu umas, whatever you want to call them. So much better ways to spend your money. And yet here I am, sunk cost fallacy and all that. Okay. And I'm just going to put that. I suddenly have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to hold off for a little bit because I think we're almost done, but I do actually suddenly have to go to the bathroom, which is awesome. I love that for me. But I'm tough. I can hold it. And this is a very bad idea, by the way, because this is how I've gotten into accidents before in the past. So don't be like me. This is the This is the overarching lesson in not just this stream, but all my streams, is do not be like me, because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I am a terrible example when it comes to anything and a lot of things. Well, biscuits. Okay. Okay. Ooh, spicy meatballs. Ooh, spicy. I will say on the stat side of things, this is actually working out to be pretty, actually not great, but it's decent enough. Again, I think what really is going to make or break this run is going to be the final 8 turns with the summer and the last 4 before the Breeders' Cup race. Those are really going to be make or break. Like, even if I do really well suddenly, like, even if I have a really great couple of turns here, like, if I don't get any good trainings there, it kind of ends up being a game over in my experience. Ah, Rulership, another character that I'm really looking forward to. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do a Dreams training, which is my last one there. Yeah, it's guts. I'll take the guts, I guess. Get the dreams. I think I'll put that on the stamina side of things. Okay. I know it's a really low chance, but wouldn't it be crazy if Bukador ends up being like a super meta character? I highly doubt it, but man, imagine that would be actually really hilarious. And she actually ends up being like super meta for this current CM, for the upcoming CM. If that happens, I would honestly, I would be down to replace. I don't know who I'd replace. Maybe, I don't know if I want to replace Ines. That seems like it's a little harsh, but I'd have to replace somebody. Maybe Still, like replace Still or somebody. If Bukador, that's a huge if, by the way. I highly, that's like a maybe 2% chance, not even 2, like maybe 0.1% chance of happening. But it's still possible. Maybe I shouldn't put the odds that low. Maybe like a 2% chance of happening. I don't know. I don't know how to quantify it, to be honest. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it just feels like it's not gonna happen. But there still is a possibility, I guess. But I don't see that happening. I see the meta characters being more like the popular ones, like Almond Eye, Gentle Donna, Orphe. You know, that makes more sense. That's how they operate. Pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think we're kind of SOL when it comes to getting 858. So I'm not gonna shoot for that. I'm gonna just go for the best. I'm just gonna go for the training with the most stats here, and I think if it happens to have the most support people's items there too, then I guess that's a nice little coinky dink. What is she? I'm curious what she says there, but I think she's trying to say synergy, but I actually don't know. Never really figured that out. I don't really love any of this. I still have 2. Yeah, I still have 2 date events left. Not that this is really the best time to use it, but I'm gonna use it anyway because I have a limited amount of turns left until I get to the summer training, and I want to at least have that used up by then. So I'm not thinking. Alright, here it comes. If we don't get... Alright, hopefully we get the, please give me SF, dude. No. No. Yes! Oh my god. Dude, I have actually been super... Oh god, is this gonna... See, every time I get something that's gonna be like a lucky thing, I'm like, oh man, am I using up my gacha luck? It's like, oh no, please don't. Hopefully not. I know that's not how that works. I'm just very irrational when it comes to that kind of stuff. Trust me, you not. I am very superstitious. Maybe not very superstitious, but I am superstitious. Especially when it comes to sports stuff. Still can't wear my Aaron Rodgers jersey because of the 3 times that bad stuff has happened. Every time I wore it. So, say no to that. Alright, holy mackerel. Yes, I take that. Okay, you know what? I think if the momentum can carry over, this is looking pretty good, y'all. We're sitting pretty so far. Let's see. So we're good on races now until the Breeders' Cup, so now we just gotta focus on the training and hope that we get good shenanigans. Please. Oh yeah, Ote. Thank you for the Ote. Yes, let's get started indeed. Okay, Oh wait, I have a date event. Let me just use that. I still don't. That's still not going to be enough to get 858. Unfortunately, I think we're going to be like 1 short. But I might as well just use that, because otherwise I'm going to have to squeeze that in the last 8 turns, and I don't really think that's a good idea. So we're gonna just it's like it's not use it or use it, but use it or lose it. But it kind of does have that feeling sometimes. Okay. Now for this one, I'm gonna hold off on the speed because we're actually on good pace there. These two are actually kind of looking pretty iffy, so I'm gonna. Which one? I'm gonna do stamina, and then hope that the rest of those other 2 can catch up. Okay. Let's get this evaluation done. Skip. Excellent, as always. And I shouldn't say as always. Well, I say that because like the times it doesn't happen, it means that I'm just gonna skip it, or not skip it. Dismiss the run. Just pretend like it never even happened. Okay. Yeah. See. 1 short. I'm not even gonna say that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna say, yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Okay. Okay. See, now this is the good kush. That is exactly what we call the good kush. Smoking the good kush. Okay. That is not the good kush, so we that's where we move this along. Okay, and then I might do it on here. Okay. Alright. Where are we on this? That's also pretty terrible. I'm gonna be picky here. And I know that may come back to bite me, but I'm gonna be picky if I don't get something that's amazing with the yeah, just like if I don't get something really amazing on the non-dreams trainings, I'm just gonna move on to the dreams training. Like that's actually pretty amazing. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna max out the. See, that's good, but that's gonna max out the speed. Is it? Wait. Oh, it's not, but... yikes. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to focus on dreams training this summer. This summer trainings, which is kind of unfortunate, not my favorite. Okay. Let's hope that we get some good ones here. I'm kind of may have screwed myself over by being picky. Oh yeah, see, now I really think I might have to go with this. Which is, I know, not the best. Oh boy, I may have just screwed myself over. Okay, well, that's not what you want to see. Oh yeah, I think I may have just screwed myself. Man, that's see, if we got the special week, if we got what we did with special week for those final 8 turns here, this would have been an all-timer. But unfortunately, my my luck is not on my side when it comes to that. So, oh, okay. Do I risk it here? This is actually decent, is the thing. But like, do I risk this and hope that I get something better? Or do I just take... I think I'll just take this one. Okay, and then... Oh god, watch this final train have something really good, though. Actually, not really. Okay, that's good. That gives me a little bit of sigh of relief that I made the right decision there. Okay, and then for this one... let me think, 120... That's gonna get to 1600. Hear me out, and I know this seems really crazy. I'm gonna do it on power. I know that guarantees me not getting wit to 1600 pretty much at this point. But I think power actually might be a better investment there, because it also gives me stamina as well. So that is something that I think is going to be more better in the long term. Although I may come back to bite. Although my words may come back to bite me there, so maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. The end of the Breeders' Cup. Okay. Alright. Let's see what the final results give us. Ah, that's so yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like that's not terrible is the thing, but like it could again be better. 1600 on the wit. But I mean, let's just see how this ended up being, and we'll call it a day. Overall, though, today actually ended up having some pretty damn good runs. I mean, we got the special week, we got the Ines. I'm pretty happy overall. I will definitely continue to... I'm trying to remember when the CM starts. I think it's next week. I don't remember the specific day, but I know we probably might have next Saturday, to do some last-minute training. So look out for that, I guess. But I think for now, this is good. But yeah, throughout the week, I might do some trainings here and there. But like I said, I'm gonna probably focus on the EN side because the event is going on right now, and so I'm gonna have to probably grind through that. Unfortunately, so that's probably gonna take more priority right now for what it is. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Hey Gabe, what's up? So, it's really kind of bad timing. I'm actually just about to end pretty soon, but yeah, so far it's been pretty decent. I got a US 2 spec, so was it US? No, US 1 spec, so there's a backup plan, but I think I'm pretty set in terms of CM. I just want to, okay, another UA9. Really just not gonna give me the US. I see how it is. Alright, well, that's second place, I guess. Okay. Continue, okay. Oh man, getting all the points there. Well, it's fine, the event's ending anyway. Just got home from a grad party. Oh man, yes. Yeah, all the grad parties, man. So that's some fun stuff. Keeping up with the Game 5. I haven't checked recently, but I saw the Spurs were winning, so that's pretty crazy. Oh, the Knicks are winning now. Oh shit. What the hell happened? What the fuck? Weren't the Spurs winning by like a lot? What? God damn it. Yeah, they were winning by like... Well, they weren't winning by that much, but they were winning. My goodness. What is wrong with the Spurs, man? I'm telling you. The fucking game 4 with the 26-point lead or whatever. That's insane. Okay, maybe I probably have to tune into that after this. But yeah, no. I've been keeping up with, I mean, yeah, the World Cup, obviously. That's why my voice is pretty shot. That's also kind of why I'm ending stream early today, is because I want to recover my voice, because I'm still recovering from screaming from Thursday's game, Korea winning that. Also, I did see Bukador is the next Uma, which is awesome. I reacted to that live, and I was like, holy shit, let's go. So we will be doing Uma tomorrow with Bukador. Yeah, I've seen the new Uma there, so I'll be doing some runs and polls with Bukador tomorrow, 5 p.m. I don't have very many gem jewel carrots for that, but I will have that, at least hopefully have enough, what is that, 120 polls, so let's see if my luck pulls away for that. But yeah, that's I think those are the biggest things. So yeah, okay. I will, yeah, we'll sign off for now. Let me go into just chat real quick, sign off, maybe not too quickly, but I really do actually maybe want to keep up with this game. Oh my god, yes, 16.3 seconds in the fourth. Okay, let me start things. Okay, so thanks all so much for watching. Great stuff all around with the Umas. Got some pretty good ones for the CM. I think we'll continue with the that next week. But for the immediate future, as I said, tomorrow 5 p.m. look forward to Bukador, Karin Bukador. New Uma coming out. Very excited for that. Some runs and polls for that. But that will happen then. So until next time, this has been Shino Penguin. Hope all y'all have a good rest of your Saturday night or whatever time and day it may be. And I hope to see you again in the future. And we'll sign off from there. Thank you so much. Goodbye. And see you next time.